Priority number one, always. Got this really cute little glass from the range, and honestly I just want to drink out of this today, so. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. That's great. I now have sticky boobs. I just dried myself off with my hairdryer after that little accident we just had right there. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgia, I hope you're well. Today we are going through probably my biggest book haul in a long time. I have been purchasing a lot of books. It's a problem. It's a problem. So these are all the books I've purchased in January and February. March I am on the strictest book buying ban I think I've ever put myself on in my life. Obviously pre-orders don't count, but I am not allowed to purchase anything new in March because it's actually ridiculous. Like having them all in front of me and some still on my shelves because you can see them currently and I don't want to ruin my little layout. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I've spent so much money on books in the last 2 months and I need to stop. Most of these books are from either TikTok Shop, Amazon, Waterstones or the works. So I'm going to try and do them sort of in where I got them from, not in sort of genre. So sorry if that's annoying. I will try and do like romance and fantasy within each shop. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my Amazon social medias, Goodreads and things like that are all in the description bar below. I am trying, and I'm just going to emphasise the word trying because I suck. But I am going to try and be uploading every Sunday now. So I'm going to start with the books that I got from TikTok Shop. I'm not going to give you a lot of information about the books just because I don't know. I tried to go into books as blind as possible, so I literally read the back and that is it. Now, all the books I got from TikTok Shop are from HarperCollins and they were £6 each. So the next 5 books were all £6. This is Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. So this is a romance between 2 musicians. It's Gwen and Xander. So I think he sort of like comes from this really big sort of musical family and she's just sort of up and coming and trying really hard to get in there. But yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about this. It was Ellen on YouTube, Ellen Catherine, that has raved about this book so much and basically forced me to buy it. So this is the first one I got, like I said, £6. The next one I got was The 7 Year Slip. Now this I have seen everywhere, like everybody's wrap-ups from last year. This has come up either on 4-star or 5-star for everyone I've seen talk about it. It's another romance one. I've never read anything by Ashley Poston before. It looks like it's about our main characters, Clementine and a man. I don't even think we're given his name. But she's basically sworn off men, given up men, and he just appears in her kitchen and he's from the past. So I'm intrigued to see it from the past or from the future. He lives in the past, 7 years ago to be exact. So yeah, he's from the past. So I'm intrigued to see what this one's about. I've heard such good things about it. And again, £6 from HarperCollins on their little sale. Now, the next 3 from HarperCollins are from the same series. So I got the Lady of Darkness series. Now, these are the first 3 books in the series. I do think there's more out, but these are the first 3. And I'm sorry, but they are just stunning. Like, the covers are just beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. Now, these books have been on my radar for the longest time. They've been on my Amazon wishlist for ages. And they're the books where I've been like, next month I'm going to get them, next month I'm going to get them, next month I'm going to get them, and just haven't got around to getting them. But then when I saw them on sale on HarperCollins' little like flash deal thing on TikTok Shop, I just had to get them. So I'm very excited to get into this. I don't actually know a lot about them. Again, I've just heard a lot of really good things. I know that they're fantasy romances, and it just says on the back, a cage, a choice, a mystery. So let's have a look. And by a ruthless assassin lord, Scarlet and her 2 sisters are the most feared trio in the continent. They are wild and unpredictable until a tragic night when Scarlet's locked away in the noble household until she's ready to fall into line. So there we go. That's all I'm going to read. I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know. I like to go into it, especially fantasies. I feel like it's so much better to just go in blind because, like, I don't know. It's how I prefer to do it. So yeah, I got all 3 of these for £6 on HarperCollins flash sale. So that is my little TikTok shop haul. Like I say, if you've seen my TikTok, you've already seen that. So I'll move on now to the books that I got in the works. Now, I do think all of these are romances. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has told me to read this book, and I have no idea what it's about. But I got this for £2. Literally £2 in the works. So this book had a little bit of damage on the edge and a bit of pages that weren't cut right. But I have literally just cut them down. And now there's like nothing wrong with it, and I got it for £2. So I got it. That's all I need to know. So this is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And yeah, I know nothing about it. Literally nothing. So the next two are by Hannah Burnham Young. So I got Out of the Woods and Next of Kin. Now this is an author I've heard again quite a lot about, but I've never read anything from her. So I got this one in the 3 for £6, and I think I paid about £4 for this one. I'm not entirely sure, but it's sprayed edges as well. It's really cute. This one is about Chloe and Warren. Okay, I already really like this. I've not even read it or finished reading the back, but I already really like this. So this one sounds like a really good book. It sounds like we've got a bit of a romance between Chloe and Warren, but they both have like really difficult things going on in their life. So I'm assuming this is like a support system type romance, and it sounds really good. I'm actually quite excited to read that. And then I've also got Out of the Woods, which is book 2 in the Out series. I don't know what the series itself is actually called. It just says other work. So there's Out on a Limb, and then there's this one, because these two are mentioned in those. I think they're like interconnected standalones. But I think these two are already married, which is sort of like a different vibe to normal. So this is, I'm assuming, like a married couple rekindling their love, which sounds really cool. It's something a bit different. It's something I've not read before personally. So I'm assuming a bit of like a second chance romance, or just like sort of rekindling. I'm not entirely sure. Hannah Burnham Young, a new author to me. I've never read her stuff before, but I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading those. Okay, I next have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Now I got this a couple of weeks back, and I've actually heard really mixed reviews about this. I've got 3 of her books now, this being the 4th. I've never read anything by Ali Hazelwood before, but apparently this is sort of like her spiciest read, and there's a lot of talk about like sort of kinks and things. But I've heard a lot of people that'll be a bit like, to say this is meant to be a kinky book, there's not actually much going on. And I do like a spicy book. Like, I've got a few dark romances. I do like a lot of spice in a book, so I'm intrigued to see how I feel about this. So Scarlett is a diver and Lucas is a swimmer, so they're both sort of like top of their profession and going for the Olympics, I believe. I think it's also a bit of like, not a love triangle, but I think Scarlett's best friend was originally dating Lucas, and then her best friend set her up with Lucas, but her best friend's always sort of still there, and it's just, I don't know. I've heard a lot of really mixed things about this. I've heard a lot of people say that the book could have just ended at 60% and it'd have made perfect sense, but I do still want to read it. But because I've heard a lot of mixed things, I do think it's going to push it a bit further down my TBR, and it won't be something I read in the very close future, but I am looking forward to it. So next up I have Bully and Until You by Penelope Douglas. I have heard so many good things about this author, but I've never read any of her books before. She is a dark romance author, I believe, and I do think these two are the same series. They both say a Fall Away novel, so I think they're part of the same sort of series. I saw these in the works and she's been on my radar for a long time, so I just thought I would pick them up. Again, I don't really know much about it. I just know that they're dark romances, but this is about Tate and Gerard? I'm gonna call him Gerard, it's easier to say. We were friends once and Gerard turned on me and made it his mission to ruin my life. I was humiliated, shut out and gossiped about all through high school. His pranks and rumours got worse as time went on, and I made myself sick trying to stay out of his way. I even went away from it for a year just to avoid him. I'm done hiding from him now, and there's no way I will allow him to ruin another year. Gerard might not have changed, but I have. It's time to fight back. So I do think it's a bit of a bully romance, but yeah. I don't know, I just thought I'd pick them up, so here we are. Okay, I have left the sticker on this one still. So this is First Time Caller by BK Borison. Now again, Ellie Catherine on YouTube, I'm just full for it every time. She received the arc of this, I believe, and was proper raving about it and really loved it. So I am definitely looking forward to it. That was a satisfying feel. And also the sprayed edges again are just incredible. Like, the works are really stepping up their sprayed edges game. I'm assuming, just by looking at it, that this is somebody who works on the radio and a call that he receives. And I'm just really looking forward to it. It's another romance one. I don't know if it's a spicy one or not, but this is Aiden and Lucy. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it, but it just looks really good, and Ellen was raving about it and rated it quite highly. Even if I don't like it, it's just a stunning book. Like, who's going to turn down having that on their shelves? Like, it's just so, so pretty. This one was £6 from the works. So it's a little bit more expensive for sort of like their offers, but I mean, the sprayed edges and stuff that you're paying for, I'm not going to say no. I'm just not going to say no. So I'm very excited to read this one, actually. This one is probably quite high up on my TBR, but yeah, welcome to Heartstrings, Baltimore's romance hotline. So yeah, I am very excited to read this, actually. This sounds like a fun little read. We've then got another Emily Henry book. So this is the second one that I now own from this author. So this is Funny Story. I got this for £5.50 from the works. I've not actually read anything by Emily Henry yet. I've had a lot of people basically say that if you're enjoying the Abby Jimenez books, you'll really enjoy the Emily Henry ones. They're very similar authors. But this one is Daphne and Miles. Daphne always loved the way Peter told their story. That's until it became the prologue to his actual love story with his childhood bestie Petra. Okay. This sounds like a sort of like relationship swap. So it sounds like a fake dating situation as well. And I do enjoy fake dating situation. But yeah, it sounds like Daphne and Miles end up fake dating. It's not a match made in heaven. That is until one night, while tossing back tequilas, they form a plan, and it involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their adventures together. Well, who could blame them? It's all just for show, of course. There's no way Daphne would start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? Okay, I'm excited for this. This sounds really, really fun. This is definitely going to be a book that I read soon. That sounds so much fun and so interesting. I am already excited to pick this one up. Okay, I've then got My Dark Desires. So this is by L.J. Shen and Parker S. Huntington. This is book 2 in the series. I don't even know what the series is called. I'm so unprepared for these sort of videos. So I don't know what the series is called, but the first one is My Dark Romeo, and then this is book 2. So it's another sort of retelling, I think. So it just says she's no ordinary Cinderella. So I think this is like a sort of dark romance Cinderella story. The task was simple: sneak into Zachary Son's close guarded manor, retrieve my pendant, slip out. Problem 1, America's most unattainable bachelor caught me. Problem 2, he decided to keep me as the help. Zaxxon's winter may be the coldest I've ever felt, but he makes my skin burn. Reserved, calculated, and savagely cruel, he thrives on the weaknesses of others. Little does he know, he just met his match. He may be American royalty, but this peasant will rise to become queen. Okay, that sounds really interesting. I think it's sort of like a Cinderella-esque story, but yeah, from the sounds of it on the back, she ain't messing. She ain't no one's peasant, so that sounds really fun. I cannot read out loud. I would just like to tell you all, I am actually dyslexic, so reading the back of books out loud gives me so much anxiety because I can't read out loud. I just can't do it. I suck at it. This is Truly Madly Deeply by L.J. Shen. So we have Ambrose, who thinks women are a distraction and he doesn't do those, especially not Cal, his little sister's best friend. Okay, so I'm assuming it's a bit of like an age gap. This one sounds pretty good. I can't remember how much this was. I want to say about £4 maybe from the Works again. And that is the last of my Works collection. So next I'm going to move on to the books that I've got from Waterstones. I don't usually buy from Waterstones very often. Recently, I don't know, I've just been loving a little peruse through Waterstones and I just can't come out empty-handed. So let's jump through these. So the first ones I want to talk about are Lightlark and Nightbane. Now I am currently reading Lightlark. You can see I'm about 80% through now, I believe. But these are romances. No, they're not. They're fantasy books. So first off, Lightlark. Like I say, I'm currently reading this. So this is sort of like a trials-based fantasy. There is a bit of a romance going throughout, but there isn't. It's not like super spicy or there's loads of romance. There's literally been like one proper scene so far, I'd say. But there is just sort of like this slow burn romance throughout. But yeah, it's sort of like there's these different isles. Each isle has a power and a curse. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly games where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break the curse and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's been a really good book. Now, I'm not going to read the back of Nightbane because I don't want to ruin anything for myself because I'm really close to the end of this one. So, yeah, book 1 and book 2 in the Lightlark series. Really good so far. Next up, I have Phantasma. Now, I won't lie, I literally just bought this book because it's pretty. I mean, look at it. It's stunning. I didn't even read the back when I bought it. It was just gorgeous. So, here it is in my hand. So this is a dark fantasy romance. I believe it's another sort of trial-based one. Ophelia's sister disappears. There's only one way to save her. Ophelia must enter Phantasma, the deadly contest, inside a haunted mansion and claim its prize, a single wish. So I'm not going to read the rest of it because I want to go in as blind as possible. I just know that it's a dark fantasy romance and it's another trial-based one. But again, I'm not going to lie. I bought it because it was pretty. Enough said. I then have the Crown of Nyaxia duology, or the first duology in that sort of series. So this is the Nightborn duology in the Crown of Nyaxia series. So it's the Serpent and the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Now I have already read Serpent and the Wings of Night. If you want to know my thoughts on it, I will link it. I always get confused. I'm pretty sure it's this side back because talk about this in my February wrap up, and I've not yet gotten to book 2, but I don't want to read the back because I don't want any spoilers. But I love this so far. Carissa Broadbent's writing is incredible. I find it so easy to read, so easy to get lost in. And then the last for the fantasy books I bought from Waterstones, I got book 2 in the Crimson Moth series, so this is The Rebel Witch. Now, I haven't read the first one, so I'm not going to read the back of it. Well, it's not on the back anyway. But I'm not going to read the synopsis for this one because I haven't read book 1 yet, which is peeking over my shoulder. There it is. So this is book 2 in that series, and it came out in February, so I bought it, obviously. And I am actually planning on getting around to this series soon because I'm slacking. I'm slacking. I haven't actually looked at this without the dust jacket on yet. Oh, it's blue. I don't know if I expected it to be blue. The other one's black. That's a little bit annoying. Well, these are definitely staying in their dust jackets. I mean, they're gorgeous anyway. Who's going to get rid of that? The next 4 books I'm going to talk about are all actually dark romances from Waterstones. Now, I didn't know that they sold this in Waterstones, and I didn't even know that they did it in paperback. I thought it was hardback only. But I have Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, both by H.D. Carlton. Now, I know these are dark romances. I know it's the cat and mouse duology. I've heard very mixed reviews about these books, but I also know that these have like opened up a lot of doors for a lot of people, so I'm definitely excited to get around to these. These again have been on my Amazon wishlist for the longest time, but when I saw them in Waterstones I was just like, you know what, zoink, I'll take those. I don't know when I'll get around to them because they're so chunky and they're actually quite daunting. Like, they're not small books, are they? I'm intrigued to read these. I then am finally joining the Rena Kent hype, so this is God of Malice, which is book 1 in the Legacy of Gods series. Now, I think there's 6 of these, but I know there's like a full Rena Kent universe, and I don't know if they're supposed to be read in a certain order or not. So I'm going to do a bit more research before jumping into this, but I've heard so many good things about Rena Kent's writing. I genuinely cannot wait to read this. Don't romanticize me or you'll be eaten alive. Okay. Not what I expected to read, but okay. Killian is the protector cloaked in charm. His charisma fools everybody except Glyndon King. She sees the psychopath beneath and knows she should run, but a dark part of her craves the danger, knowing he'll chase her and she might just want to be caught. I'm not going to read the rest. But yeah, another dark romance. Yeah, I believe it's a bit of like a school rivals, so like enemies to lovers kind of situation. But yeah, I haven't read anything by this author again, but I'm definitely excited to sort of see what she's all about. And then my last one from Waterstones, I didn't think we could get this in the UK. I don't know why I thought that, but I genuinely thought this was on like that new banned list that became this big taboo author issue. But this is Credence by Penelope Douglas. I know nothing about it. I just know it's spicy, and I mean, who's going to say no to a book that just opens like that? No spine training, no nothing, it's just thriving. I don't actually know anything about the story. I don't want to know anything about the story. I just want to read it. I read this very top bit. So 3 of them, 1 of her, and a remote cabin in the woods. Let the hot winter nights ensue in the steamy romance from New York Times best-selling author Penelope Douglas. So there you go. That's your little insight. If you've read it, let me know. I also, from Waterstones, picked up Powerful, finally, by Lauren Roberts. So this is to complete my little thing here. So I have already read this. I read this a very long time ago, but I just wanted to complete my collection. So this is just the Waterstones hardback edition that has the really pretty dust jacket, a reversible dust jacket with the, I'll include photos because mine are currently laying very flat, ready to be framed. I know my shelves are all very different. If you want to see like a proper view of all of the shelves, then do head to my last video and you can see all of this. So the next lot of books are all books that I got from Amazon. The first one is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So this is book 1 in the Part of Your World trilogy. I have read all of them now. I really enjoyed this one. It's really cute. If you want to know my full thoughts on it, it's again on my February wrap up. So I'm not going to say much more about it, but it's really good. Continuing on with sort of romances, the next one is All I Ever Needed by Emily Catlow. Now this one came out in January. I have already read this again. Again, if you want to know my thoughts on this one, it's on my January wrap-up, so again, I'll pop it up here for you. But this is about Eva and Luke. It's really, really amazing, sort of like soulmate situation. If you want to know more about this one, like I said, it is in my January wrap-up, so go watch that. Next is this one here. Again, if you've seen sort of like my reorganising my home library, then you'll know I've got a load of the Disney retellings, and this one is just like basically 8 what ifs, which I'm really excited for. So it's like the What If Twisted Tales, so they're just sort of short stories, but there's 8 in here. So we've got one about Mufasa, we've got one about Belle, one about Remy, one about Ariel, Jim Hawkins, we have Fates 3, What If the Triplets Visited the Witch? So I'm assuming that's Brave, maybe? One for Bambi and one for Mulan. So we've got 8 new short stories in here, which I'm really excited about. I might actually do these first just to try and get me to read the rest, because I've still not read any of them yet. I don't know what's putting me off, but I'm excited about these. I think it's such a cool concept. They're literally just darker retellings of the Disney stories. So basically like the Disney stories without the happy endings. The next one is This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. I do already have books 2 and 3, which is These Infinite Threads and All This Twisted Glory. But I haven't been able to get hold of book 1, and I really want to start this series. So now I finally have. Probably going to read this relatively soon because I just think it's such a cool concept, and I've heard so many good things, and a lot of people are rating this on like their 5-star series from 2024. So again, I am definitely looking forward to reading this, and all the covers are so stunning. Like, so both the other ones are gorgeous as well. They're just such beautiful books. But I definitely want to read this soon. Gorgeous book. Really excited to read this series. Cannot wait. Another Amazon purchase. I pre-ordered this forever ago, but this is Onyx Storm, which is book 3 in the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. Empyrean, am I saying that right? The Fourth Wing trilogy. Well, it's not trilogy, is it? She's doing more. But yeah, this came out in January. I still haven't finished Iron Flame. I've literally been reading it for about 4 months at this point. I don't know what's up with me. I've got to like part 2 and I'm stuck. I don't know if it's because I've heard this ends on such a cliffhanger and I don't want to have to wait 5 years for the next bit of the story, so I don't know if that's just made me sort of slow down a little bit. I don't know. I do plan on finishing it in the next couple of months. I have to. I just have to. But yeah, this is book 3 and I'd pre-ordered this on Amazon. I think I got the pre-order for like £12. So I also have the paper copy. My partner James went to Stockholm and it was in the airport. It was literally the day after release day, so I've got the paperback and the hardback. And then the next set is these ones here. So my friend Faye actually got me these, but I know she got them from Amazon. This is the God and Monsters series. We've got the Book of Azrael, the Throne of Broken Gods, and the Dawn of the Cursed Queen. Faye's read these and is obsessed with them and thinks I need to read them ASAP. They're like one of her favourite series at the moment. So this is book 1, Book of Azrael. So let's have a look. Where there are gods, there are also monsters. For 1,000 years, the ether world has known peace until now. Desperate to save her dying sister, Diane made a deal with Caden, a monster far worse than any nightmare. Locked in servitude to him, she is forced to hunt down an ancient relic held by her most dangerous enemy, the army led by Samkiel. Faye raves about these books and we have very similar tastes in reading, so I'm sure I will love them. And again, thank you Faye for buying me these books. They are an early birthday present and I'm very, very grateful. So yeah, thank you again Faye. I am definitely going to be reading these soon because if not I think she'll shout at me. Super excited to read these ones. Cannot wait to get into this series in this universe. I have again heard a lot of people recently read these and loving them. The final ones I got from Amazon are the Elsie Silver Gold Rush Ranch. Now I did get these right at the beginning of the year. I am obsessed with Elsie Silver. I think she is such an amazing author. It's such easy reads and her books are like my palette cleansers. If I've been reading a lot of heavy books, I will always go back to an Elsie Silver one just to sort of like get me out of slumps, or if I'm just struggling to get my head around things. They're just so easy to read, so I always come back to Elsie Silver. So these ones I believe are set before Chestnut Springs. We do meet some of these characters in book 3, so in Jasper's book, Jasper and Sloane's book. We do meet some characters because I think they visit Gold Rush Ranch, and Violet Eaton, which is the sister of the Eaton brothers that these books are about, has her own book in Gold Rush Ranch. So yeah, I'm super excited to read these. These will get read slowly throughout the year just as palette cleansers between sort of a lot of heavy books. But I love Elsie Silver's writing, so I am so excited to read these. So those are all the books I've read in No, they're not. I wish they were. These are all the books I have bought between January and February. I know it's excessive, hence me being on a very, very, very strict book buying ban this month. March, I am banned. I am not allowed to buy anything. That is my excessive book buying haul. I earn my money, I work hard. This is how I choose to spend it. I'm not even going to apologise for that. I work, I graft, I deserve a treat. If there's any of these books that you do think I should read or that you've read and really enjoyed, do let me know. I'm super excited for all of these books, to be honest. Like, I think I've got a really good haul here. I have read a few of them already, like I said. I really hope you enjoyed this haul. I'm super excited to read all these new books, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my Amazon, social media, Goodreads and everything will be in the description bar below. I did say it in the intro, in case you missed it. I am planning to upload every Sunday from now on. I'm saying it out loud to make me accountable, to make sure I stick to it, to make sure I do it. But like I say, I do also have a lot of going on at the moment and a house to move to, and I'm a busy girl. And I also work full time. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.